Finished peds. I'm gonna put my little 7-minute timer on because I'm in the middle of studying for my family medicine shelf and I'm trying to kill it. So, starting now. Hey everyone, back again for another clerkship update. So, I just finished my peds clerkship. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't just finish it. I finished it like 6 weeks ago, but we're here. I made a little list of what I wanted to talk about just so that I wouldn't forget. So, basically, the way that my school does pediatrics and a lot of our clerkships, they're all 4 weeks except for surgery, right? So in peds, in order to give us like a full kind of like taste of peds, the 4 weeks consists of 1 week of outpatient with like a regular pediatric practice physician, right? 1 week of PICU, 1 week of general peds floors in the hospital, and then 1 week at the residency clinic. So they each kind of give you a different feel as to what pediatrics could be. And you get a variety of cases from like critical care to your kind of like bread and butter peds, cough and cold, immunizations, all that stuff. So we did do like 2 weeks of inpatient peds second year, which kind of helped to balance it out a little bit. Which, I mean, it all depends, like, depending what time of the year you did it would depend on what kind of cases you would see, right? So, like, around this time, around, like, well, when I did peds, around, like, October, November, December into spring, you're seeing a lot of flu, you're seeing a lot of RSV or bronchiolitis is what it's called. So, like, for, like, newborns and, like, infants, the kind of, like, common bugs that hit them and cause them to have, like, respiratory kind of illnesses. So, got to see a lot of that. I did also get one peds ER shift on Halloween, which was actually kind of fun because the peds physicians were all like dressed up and stuff. Anywho, so that's how my school does it, which is pretty cool. My hair is just deciding to come out and have fun right now. This is called study hair. These braids are about to come out. Anyways, so gave you the 4-week breakdown. What else did I do during that clerkship, which is different than most med students? I traveled every weekend. I'm the national president-elect for the Student National Medical Association. You're going to hear this like 20,000 times because I probably say it in all my videos because it's encompassing like a good chunk of my life right now. But I want to attend as many of our regional conferences as possible so I can meet as many of our members as possible and just get people to join in and join our leadership and apply to be leaders, because a lot of times you don't apply for like leadership positions if you don't see anyone else in it or no one helps to make it seem attainable, you know? So that was the way it was for me. So I traveled a lot. I traveled for different things. So I traveled to Arizona twice, once for a different conference on behalf of my school, once for the SNMA. That was for the Region 1 conference. I traveled to Washington, D.C. for a site visit because we have big conferences. Got to go and check out venues that want to host us and see if they can actually fit all of this greatness. What else did I do? I went to one other place. Can't think about it right now, but you'll see some BTS because one of the conferences was right after my shelf exam, and then I also had like an engagement photo shoot, so just kind of showing how I travel and still work in order to have a more balanced life for me. Anyone can do it, just takes planning. So how did I study? I think I did 3 practice NBMEs for most of the shelf exams. The National Board of Medical Examiner, which is NBME, they have a website where you can go and purchase practice exams for $20. They're half the length of what the actual test is, but it helps to kind of give you a gauge of like how you're doing. So I did that, and I think I found that to be very helpful. I also, throughout the 4 weeks, I didn't do the best job. I passed, I got a decent score. I didn't honor, sadly, but I mean, it's fine. I don't want to do peds. And this was probably the busiest clerkship that I had, and it was the second one. So you kind of start to warm up a little bit and try to figure out how you study best, right? So I used AMBOSS. A lot of people use UWorld, but I think the best way to study third year is to do questions on questions on questions and go through the questions, like your incorrects, and the ones you get right, go through all the answer choices, because that's how you kind of get repetition, and you're basically just learning from questions. It doesn't work for everyone. I also sometimes need some video content, so I used online med ed. I only did it in the very beginning, because then after that I had no time, because 4 weeks, y'all. What you finna fit in 4 weeks? Whew. But I watched some videos, did a lot of questions, and I passed, which is all I wanted to do. We had a bunch of other assignments that we had to submit throughout as well, and I passed all of those, so I was super grateful. Another thing for peds, people tend to get sick because kids just carry bugs all around their bodies and they try to put it on you. So, a girl wasn't trying to get sick when she had to travel every freaking weekend. Okay? So, wash your hands like crazy. I had like hand sanitizer in every pocket of my white coat, in my backpack, in the car. I wasn't playing, okay? And I washed my hands. One of the doctors that I was with, he washed his hands religiously after each and every patient. My hands got mad dry, but I kept a little shea butter in my backpack, so I was okay. Wasn't trying to be caught ashy, but like, wash your hands. I would have like a green smoothie most mornings because I put like ginger and turmeric and stuff in it, and I'll have another video about that, because people be asking me about what you put in your smoothie, girl. But smoothies, water, working out. Like, I didn't work out all the time, but I did enough and I never got sick, and everyone else did. So take care of yourself. Peds is the one to try to get you. What else I got on my checklist? Wash your hands, wash your booty. I hope you do that anyways. Practice questions, practice questions, practice questions. If you have any kind of, if you read too, I think text is good. What books did I have? I did have the Step 2 CK book, because you can kind of annotate it. It's not as good as the first aid for Step 1, but you can really annotate as you're going through questions and writing kind of notes in the margins and stuff, because I think sometimes you need to see things visually, right? So maybe video. You need repetition, that's questions, and sometimes you need to write. You need to try to figure out how to get active in terms of studying, and so writing really helps. So I kind of drew things out and wrote out a little bit. But yeah, take care of yourself. Shoot, traveling every week was rough. I didn't have to pay for any of those trips because they were all paid for by the different leadership positions that I'm in, so that was really cool. But it was a lot. It was intense, and peds is not for me. I love the kids. I love babies. Like, I could kiss them all day. Ooh, timer. I can kiss them all day, but yo, I really realized that me and peds, we're not meant to be. I think I'm better with adults. I want to have like 6 kids, Lord willing, and I want to take care of my nieces and nephews and their cousins and whatever. But I think I'm good on seeing kids sick and having to talk to their parents about getting immunized. I don't want to get bitter about those kind of conversations. And I think that with kids, man, I get too passionate. I don't know. It's not for me. It's not for me. Patient care is for me. I realize I really like the continuity of care in peds. I liked a lot of the people, the residents and stuff. They're so much more chill. Did have some intense folk, but that was in the PICU. But I mean, other than that, peds was a great experience. I think I got to do a lot. I had a lot of more hands-on experience than I would say I had in like the internal medicine clerkship, because for that one, you just like getting a history, running labs, it's all up in here, which is still lit, but I need something that definitely has a good mix of procedures and hands-on and using my brain and putting the pieces together. So that was peds for me. I think I hit everything. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. It's kind of hard to do a 7-minute review on a clerkship, but I need to be consistent on here because I think I have a lot to share. And I'm trying to be the plug, per usual. But also I got to study. So if I do 7 minutes, it just feels like less of a load. But I got some BTS for y'all to see what I did after my shelf. I kind of mentioned it on here. I had another conference, and that was in Tucson, Arizona for Region 1 for the Student National Medical Association. They came out, and it was like such a great conference. And then I went from Tucson to LA to shoot one of my friend's engagement photos, which was so much fun. Super excited for the wedding. Bridesmaid on 10, baby. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll catch y'all later. Back to the books.